In this video, I will continue the intercompany sales to external customer process by solving this error that we faced at the end of the last video while posting our intercompany billing document with reference to our outbound delivery. So in the video today, I'm going to solve this error. Then I will continue the intercompany process until we get another error. Welcome to another video in the SAP Configuration from Zero playlist, where we choose important SAP business processes and then we configure them from zero until we run the process end to end. We started the playlist with the procure to pay process, then the order to cash process, and now we are doing the intercompany sales to external customer process. If you'd like to follow all the videos that I have published in this playlist so far, then you can go to my website, galalconsulting.com/SAP from zero, and here you are going to find this diagram that shows all the steps that we have configured and processed so far. Each box you have in this diagram is going to direct you to the video in the playlist on YouTube. So far we have around 25 videos, so it's not very easy to follow. You have to use this diagram in order not to lose your way throughout the playlist. We started all the way from defining our company code until the last video where we started processing our intercompany billing documents, and the last video was intercompany determination of sales area for supplying plant. This video is already published. Now we are going to continue the playlist by solving the error that we faced in the last video, that is for the posting of the intercompany billing document. If you would like to get access to this SAP S4HANA system that I am using, then you can go to my website, galalconsulting.com/SAP access, and you'll find all the details. You can subscribe to this server and you will get a user ID within 1 day that will allow you to test anything you want. And also you will be able to configure anything you want and see my configuration. Also, before we continue the intercompany sales process, a reminder that you need to watch the business process video and the demo videos first. If you go to the diagram, you'll see here that I have left you 2 links. One link to the business process video and the other is for the SAP demo video. I have published both of these videos around 4 years ago. So this video will explain to you all the process steps for intercompany sales to external customer with the accounting entries, and the other video will show you a demo of how the end user can do the process. These 2 are very important to watch before you watch the configuration videos. Now let's get back to our process and solve this error. Let's review quickly what we have done so far in the intercompany sales to external customer process from the process point of view. So I am going to display the sales order that we created together, so /NVA03. And the sales order that we have created is 760. We can see here that this is a sales order to our final customer, 2010-5. We are selling the material 963, and we are selling from the plant AG60, and the sales organization for the external sale is AG61. Now, if I go here to the history, we can see that after posting the sales order, we have done the outbound delivery, and then we posted the goods issue, and we also posted the final customer billing document. If I display this document, we can see that it has the type F2, so this is for the external customer billing document. And now the step that we are doing right now is posting the intercompany billing document between AG60 and AG61. Let's also have a quick look to the slide that we use to follow our process. So here we have AG60, that is the supplying plant, and we have AG61 that is actually selling to the external customer. So the sales order is in AG61. Outbound delivery is done in AG60 because this is the plant that is used for shipping. Then we have goods issue in AG60. The external billing document is posted in AG61, which is billing the external customer. And then now we have to do the intercompany billing document that will be posted in AG60 for the customer AG61. So the intercompany customer number is 2010-4. This should be assigned to AG61. We have already created the business partner, but we have not yet assigned it to our company code or to our sales organization. So the step we are doing now is intercompany billing. Let's go back to SAP. So here we have our outbound delivery number, which is used as a reference for the billing document. So we need to copy the outbound delivery number. And then we can go to VF01/NVF01 to post the intercompany billing document. And this is where we got the error. So let's see again how this happened. So here I insert the outbound delivery number, then press enter, and we get this message: no billing documents were generated, please see log. So if I click OK, and then go to the log, and here we can see this error: sales organization is not defined. If I double click on the error, nothing will happen. So to see more details, we can open this box and then open technical data. And we have this, and this is all we get in this error. There is no text description of what's happening. So in these cases, we use the message identification number to find this error message on Google, for example. This is a very common error. So if we look on Google for VF009, so the message identification and the system message number, we are going to find a lot of articles and questions about this error message that explain how to solve this error. So let's do this together. So now I'm going to switch to Google Chrome and I'm going to search for VF009 SAP. I will open the first result. I have already done this before. So you see here that it's already clicked. So if I open the first error message here, we can see here that this is a very old message that was recorded in 2010. But if you scroll down, we have the exact same error that we can see in our system now. Sales organization is not defined and the error message VF009. If you scroll down, you are going to find an accepted answer, accepted solution posted by this person in 2010. And here we have the instructions. Ensure that in OVX5, so this is a transaction code, for receiving sales organization, the receiving sales organization for us is AG61. The customer code is assigned in the field Customer Intercompany Billing. So this is what we are going to do to solve the error and see if it will work for us. But before we proceed, this is really a shout out to this person that left the solution in 2010. So this is one of the people who contributed the most to the SAP community. I do not know him, but I know very well his face and I know his name because whenever I check any question in SAP finance area, most of the time you'll find that he left the answer. So this is really a very big thank you to him. And also I would like to motivate all of you to leave answers on the SAP community questions. You see, he left this answer in 2010. Today we are in 2026, so 16 years later, and we are still checking his answers on the older questions. So whenever you answer a question on the SAP community, it's something that you leave there for a lifetime. So whenever you have the opportunity to answer any questions, you have to do so. Now let's go back to our process. So the transaction is OVX5. So now I'll switch back to SAP and let's open a new screen. So /O OVX5. And here I will look for my sales organization, AG61. Double click here. And according to the instructions, we need to maintain here the customer intercompany billing number. And this makes sense. So you see now we have the sales organization AG61 is a customer to the sales organization AG60. AG60 is selling to AG61. And we have already defined the customer number to represent AG61, but nowhere in the system we have assigned this customer number to the sales organization. This is where we do the assignment. So now if I switch to our slide that explains all the numbers, so we have defined the intercompany customer for AG61 is 2010-4. We created this business partner together. So now let's go back to SAP and we insert 2010-4 here, 2010-4. So now we have assigned our sales organization AG61 to the customer number 2010-4, which means that the intercompany billing document posted in AG60 should be created for the customer 2010-4, which represents AG61. So now I'm going to save this configuration activity, add it to my transport request, and then I can go back and continue the process. But before we do so, whenever I'm learning anything in SAP, I also like to know where the configuration activity is inside the SAP configuration menu. And now we already have the transaction code, but we do not have the menu path. To find the menu path, I have already shown you this before in the playlist. Let's do it again. I'm going to right click on any field in the screen, get to the help. What I'm trying to find here is the table behind this configuration activity. So go to the technical details here. And we can see the table name is TVKO. So this is the configuration table that we just maintained. I'm going to switch to transaction SM30, so /O SM30. And we insert the table. Then we can click on customizing and SAP is going to show the configuration menu. It's going to show all the places in the SAP configuration menu where we can find this transaction or where we can find this table. So continue without specifying project. And if we check the column parent node, we can find the different menu areas where this table exists. We can find here there is one in intercompany billing. So this is what we are looking for. So double click here, and here is the SAP configuration menu. So if we scroll up, we can see that we are inside sales and distribution, billing, intercompany billing, define internal customer number by sales organization. There are also other configuration activities here. As usual, I recommend that you check the different activities available in the same menu area. You can also click on the documentation icon here to display the help documents for any transaction you have. So now we know what is the menu path to maintain the customer number for intercompany billing. Let's go back to our process. So now I'm going to close this, and then now we are back to the error that we started with. So I'm going to reprocess the intercompany billing document to see if we get the same error again. So go back, restart the transaction, /n vf01, and we insert the outbound delivery number, enter. We still have an error, so no billing documents were generated. Please see log, okay. If we go to the log, we still have the same error, which means that this outbound delivery can no longer be invoiced for intercompany. Let me show you why. So this is the outbound delivery number. If I display the outbound delivery, so /nvl03n, there are fields inside the outbound delivery that include the intercompany customer billing number and other details related to the intercompany invoice. And these details were not included in the outbound delivery when the outbound delivery was created. So we did the configuration after the creation. So SAP can no longer update this outbound delivery because we have posted the goods issue, and also we have posted an invoice. So it can no longer be modified. Let me show you these fields for your info. So if I right click here and go to help, just to find the tables for the outbound delivery, and then go to the details here. So the outbound delivery table is LIKP. So this is the header table for outbound delivery. So I'm going to switch to transaction SE16N to display the table. And then we insert the table number or the table name. And here we can insert the delivery number. I am showing you the fields in the table because if you look in the outbound delivery front screen, the fields are not displayed there. But if you look in the table, you will see them. So if I scroll to the right here, we have some fields. So you see this one, customer intercompany billing. So this is the one that we just configured right now. And as you see in this outbound delivery that's already existing, this field is empty. So even if we do the configuration after the creation of the outbound delivery, SAP can no longer modify this outbound delivery. This is why it is very important to always test our processes before we go to the live system, because you see now this outbound delivery can no longer be used. If I would like to update it, then there is no real way to do it. If I am in a production system, the only way to do this is by reversing or canceling the billing document. Then we reverse the goods issue, and then we cancel the outbound delivery, and we create another outbound delivery for the sales order. This is the only realistic way to do it without having to edit tables, which is not something we do in production. I'm not going to do this. We are in a testing system. So now you understand why this outbound delivery can no longer be used. There can be technical methods to update it using function modules or babbies or so on, but this is not something I'm going to do here in a test system. I'm just going to create another process. It's much easier. So this outbound delivery can no longer be used. We can either cancel it, or in my example now, I'm just going to create another sales order. So let's just repeat quickly the same steps we did. So /n va01 to create a sales order. And we can even create the sales order with reference to the sales order that we already created before. So I will click here. Let's just insert the order type OR, create with reference, go to order, insert the order number 760. So this is our order that we created together. And then I'll just click on copy. And SAP is going to copy the same details to a new sales order. So we have our sold to party, so our external customer. We have the Incoterms, everything. We have the material, the order quantity, 10 pieces. And if I go here to the right, we can see the delivery plant is AG60 also. So same exact example as what we did before. So the plant is AG60, and if we go here to the header, we can see the sales area. We need to insert a customer reference. So I'm going to follow the same naming that we did before. So test IC to third customer, and this is the third order we create. And if we go to the header, you can see the sales area. So the organization is AG61, the distribution channel AG, division AG. So exactly the same order that we created before. And I'm just going to save. But we need to check the schedule line dates. So let's go back to the order and just change it. So /n VA02. So our order is 792. Let's check the delivery dates. So go here to the line item, go to the details, go to schedule lines. So this is on 12th of February 2026. I'm going to change this to 26th of February and save. Now let's move on with the outbound delivery. So /n VL01N. The shipping point, same as before AG60, we have our order number and our selection date, enter. Now let's go to picking, and the picked quantity is 10. Post goods issue. I'm not going to display the accounting entry, it's exactly the same thing as we did before. So now we have our outbound delivery, 915, okay. Let's go to invoicing, /n VF01. We insert the outbound delivery number, 915, enter. So first we have the external customer billing document. So this is to the payer 2010-5, our external customer. We have the material and we have the net value. All the details are exactly the same as what we did before. So just save. And now we have our external customer billing document. Now let's proceed with the intercompany billing document. So this is the step that failed in the last outbound delivery. Now I'm going to insert the outbound delivery number. So 915. Enter. And this time we have no error in the intercompany billing document. Let me show you the difference in the outbound delivery table so we can see what is the difference between the two outbound deliveries we created. So again, I will go to /OSE16N and I will display the outbound delivery table. So this is the delivery header data. And here we have our delivery. So this is the first one. And the second one is 915. So let me display it. Also add it here. 915, execute, and let's see the difference between these two. So now if I scroll to the right here, we can see the intercompany fields are filled for the new outbound delivery, but not for the old outbound delivery. The reason these are here because we have maintained the configuration step, and the reason they were missing from the old outbound delivery is because the configuration was not there when the outbound delivery was created. So you see, this is why whenever we try to create an intercompany billing document with the old outbound delivery, it will give us the error that the sales organization is not defined. But now in the new outbound delivery, we have here our sales organization for intercompany. This is AG60. We have the distribution channel, we have the division, and also we have the customer intercompany 2010-4. So this is the step that we configured in this video. So now we can proceed with our intercompany billing document. If you'd like to check the details, you can go here to the conditions, and you'll see that the price that was used for the external customer sale is the same price that is being used for the intercompany sale because we did not maintain another condition. There is another intercompany pricing condition that we can add here to have a different intercompany price than the external selling price. The condition is PI01. And if we maintain it here, for example, you can see here, this condition is called intercompany price. This is a standard condition included in the standard pricing procedures. But we did not maintain this condition in our sales order, and we did not maintain it also in the billing document. So SAP is going to use the same external sales price for intercompany. Now let's proceed and post this billing document to see the accounting entry. So click on save. We have no other errors. Now I can go here to display billing document, and then go to accounting. And here we have our accounting entry. So the accounting entry is posted in AG60, which is our supplying company code. And it has a debit of 300, so 30 multiplied by 10 pieces, to the intercompany customer of AG61, 2010-4, the one that we maintained in the configuration activity. and it has a credit to our sales revenue account for 300 also. And this is the account that we configured in the transaction VKOA when we did the account determination for sales and distribution. This is something that we also configured together in this playlist when we did the order to cash process. So now we have our external customer billing document and we have our intercompany billing document. So from the side of sales, we have no other documents to post. The only document remaining in the intercompany process is our intercompany supplier invoice that will be posted in AG61 to pay to our supplier, AG60. And this is a normal financial accounting document. So it is a financial invoice without reference to a purchase order, or it can be an invoice with a reference to a purchase order. It depends on which variant of the process we are going to use. The one that I'm going to use for now is a manual accounting invoice that we are going to post in AG61 for the supplier of AG60. And this document can either be posted manually or automatically. If we want it to be created automatically, then we have to configure the output types in the billing document. For now, we have not configured this, so nothing was posted automatically. If I go back here and I go to display the billing document, so this is our intercompany billing. And then from here, we can go to header, output. You can see that we have no outputs here. And the reason is because we configured no outputs. So nothing has been created. SAP is not going to automatically create the supplier invoice. What we are going to do now is we are going to configure together the output type that will be added here automatically when we post an intercompany billing document. And this output type is going to create an IDoc, and the IDoc is going to create automatically the supplier invoice for AG60. This is what we are going to see together in the next video. And this is one of the most demanded configuration activities on the channel. I have received a lot of requests to show how to configure the output types to create the supplier invoice automatically end to end. So in the next video, we're going to see together from zero how to configure this output type, and we're going to run a full intercompany process again to see that it is going to be added automatically and the supplier invoice will be created automatically through the IDoc. I hope that so far you are able to follow all the steps that I'm configuring and processing on the system. If you are struggling to understand any of these steps, then you have to watch the business process and demo videos that I published before. You can go to my website, galalconsulting.com/SAP from zero. And in the diagram here, I have left you links to the business process video and the demo video. Also, if you would like to get access to the same SAP S4HANA system that I'm using now, so you can check my configuration, run the process yourself, or configure anything you want, you can go to my website, galalconsulting.com/SAP access. You'll be able to subscribe from here, and you will get a user ID within 1 day that will allow you to do anything you want. And you also get access to the member documents when you subscribe to the SAP server. So the member documents include a lot of presentations and configuration manuals that I have been using on the channel for a very long time. Do not forget to leave me your comments on the website and also on the YouTube channel. Let me know if you have any questions or if you want me to explain anything else. Also share the video with your connections and check the channel membership program if you would like to support this effort and also get access to the member videos, documents, and our private Slack community where you can chat with me and the other members of the channel. You can go to youtube.com/@abdullahgalal/join to check all the details related to the membership. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you again soon.